Because this year 1955 is home to one of the most famous, shocking, valuable, and legendary error coins in U.S. history. Imagine holding a penny so old, so worn, and so dirty that most people wouldn't give it a second glance. A coin that's been in pockets, drawers, fields, garages, and who knows where else for almost 70 years. Yes, this is the year that produced an error penny so powerful it shook the entire coin community. This is the story of the legendary 1955 wheat penny errors. The history of the 1955 wheat penny. Coin demand was at an all-time high. Businesses were booming. America's population was exploding. Machines ran long hours. Employees fought to meet enormous production quotas. And with so much pressure on the mint, mistakes were bound to happen. Each coin die has to be impressed multiple times by the master hub. In 1955, a hub and a working die were misaligned during the hubbing process. The die received two impressions, each at slightly different angles, creating extremely dramatic doubling on the obverse. The most valuable 1955 error pennies, the 1955 double die obverse. Examples over $1, 000, 000, even dirty, damaged, circulated examples bring thousands. 1955 poor man's. This is not a real double die, but a die deterioration doubling that looks interesting and collectible. Top grade. $200 to $300. 1955 off-center strike. 70–90% off with full date showing. $5, 000, $10, 000 plus. Clean off-centers with visible dates are extremely collectible. 1955 struck on silver dime planchet. Extraordinary examples. $150, 000 plus. These are massive auction pieces. 1955 struck on wrong foreign planchet. $2, 000, $40,000, depending on the metal and rarity. Double strikes, dramatic double strike. $1,000 to $8, 000. These coins look wild and bring strong auction competition. 1955 cuds and major die breaks. Large cuds. $500 to $2, 500, struck through grease. These coins have missing letters or weak details caused by grease buildup. Major missing design. $300 to $600, off metal/color varieties. These usually bring $20 to $150 depending on severity. How to check your 1955 penny for a rare error? Examine the date. For the true double die, the doubling is massive. Look closely at Liberty and I in God We Trust. Thick, bold doubling equals jackpot. Check the weight. Normal, 3.11 Girong planchet. 2.5G or 3.5G or lower/higher. Observe the color. Silver equals potential dime planchet. Rotate the coin. Look for double striking rotation errors. Imagine this. But what if I told you that a single 1945 wheat penny, especially one with certain rare mint errors, could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even over $100,000? What if I told you that everyday people have discovered? Because today we are unlocking the most rare 1945 wheat penny errors, revealing how much they can sell for, exploring the wartime history behind them, and breaking down exactly why some are worth as much as a brand new luxury car, or even a house. History of the 1945 wheat penny. The year 1945 was monumental. World War II was coming to an end. Factories in America ran day and night to support the war. Copper was incredibly valuable to the military for ammunition, electrical wiring, and machinery. Because of this, the U.S. Mint had to stretch every ounce of copper they had. In 1943, they had switched to steel pennies, the famous silver-colored steelies. But steel rusted, jammed coin machines, and caused public frustration. So by 1944, the U.S. Mint began using recycled ammunition shell casings as the source for penny metal. This means the most valuable 1945 wheat penny errors. 1945 off-center error penny. An off-center strike happens when the coin is not properly aligned with the die's 0.70% off-center up to $10, 000 plus. 1945 double die obverse. Very dramatic doubling. High grade. Up to $25,000. 1945 double die reverse. Full bold doubling in high grade. $8,000 or more. 1945 penny struck on a silver planchet. Premium auction example. Could exceed $150,000. 1945 penny struck on a foreign planchet. The U.S. Mint produced coins for other countries, and planchets sometimes got mixed. $20,000 to $30,000 plus. 1945 clipped planchet penny. This happens when the metal sheet overlaps, creating a curved cut. Double or triple clip. $500 to $1,500. 1945 broadstrike penny. The coin appears wider and flatter because it wasn't struck in a retaining collar. High grade. $150 to $400. 1945 die crack / cut error. Large dramatic cut. $1,000 to $2,000. 500. Collectors love these because each cud is a unique fingerprint of a failing die. 1945 penny struck through grease. This error causes missing letters or weak details. Dramatic missing details. $500 to $800. How to check your 1945 penny for rare errors? Check the date. 1945 closely. Look for doubling, thickening, or distorted numbers. Examine Liberty and In God We Trust. Doubling is most visible here. Flip the coin. Check the wheat stalks and 1 cent for doubling. Look at the rim. Is it clipped? Off-center. Broader than normal? Weigh the coin. Normal weight. 3.11 grams. If it's much lighter or heavier, you may have a foreign or wrong planchet strike. Color. Silver or gold-colored pennies can signal a wrong planchet. Shape. Odd shapes, misalignment, or partial designs indicate errors. Because today, we are diving into the rarest, most valuable, most mind-blowing 1953 D-Wheat penny mint errors. Coins that should not exist, but somehow slipped through the minting process and into the hands of collectors decades later. Picture this. You're sorting through a handful of old coins, maybe from a drawer, a jar, or something you found in the ground. And there it is, a brown, worn out, dirty little penny from 1953. At first glance, it looks like nothing. Just another old wheat cent millions of people once used every day. The history. America had just emerged victorious from World War II. Soldiers were coming home. Industry was booming. The baby boom generation was growing fast. And the Denver Mint, where the D mint mark comes from, was operating at full power. Mint workers were pressured to meet massive production numbers. Dies wore out. Machines misaligned. Planchets got mixed. And because quality control was not as advanced as today, many error coins escaped unnoticed. The most valuable 1953 D-Wheat penny errors. 1953 D RPM D/D. Top-graded RPM with sharp details. $3,000 plus. A dirty coin with a strong RPM can still be extremely valuable. 1953 D double die obverse. Strong DDO. $2,000 to $5,000. A strong DDO is one of the most sought-after 1953 errors. 1953 D double die reverse. Strong DDR. $1,000 to $3,000. 1953 D off-center strike 70 to 90% off with full date. $5,000, $1,000 plus. These coins draw fierce bidding at auctions. 1953 D penny struck on a silver dime planchet. Exceptional, certified example. $100 plus. These are the kinds of coins collectors dream about. Struck on foreign planchet. The U.S. Mint struck coins for other countries, causing occasional mixed planchet errors. Major foreign planchet. $20,000 to $30,000 plus. 1953 D die breaks and cuds. Large dramatic cud. $500 to $2,000. 500. These can be valuable even on worn coins. Struck through grease error. A grease-filled die weakens design details or erases letters. Dramatic missing design. For $100 to $800. Off-metal color varieties. $30 to $200, depending on severity. Broad strikes. A broad strike penny is wider, flatter, and missing a rim. Strong broad strike. $200 to $400. How to check your 1953 D penny for rare errors. Look at the D mint mark. RPM varieties are the most common valuable error of this year. Inspect the rim. Clips, broad strikes, or off-center shifts are valuable. Check the color. Silver color could signal wrong planchet. Weigh the coin. Normal weight. 3.11 grams dime planchet. 2.5 grams huge price difference. Imagine holding a simple 1940 wheat penny could secretly be worth hundreds, thousands, and in ultra-rare error forms, even life-changing amounts hitting six-figure or million-dollar auction-level shockers. Because today, you're about to discover the unbelievable truth behind one of the most mysterious wheat pennies ever minted. A coin struck during the edge of World War II. A coin that survived decades in pockets, toolboxes, attics, dirt piles, and forgotten jars, yet may hide errors so rare that collectors go absolutely crazy when one appears. The story behind the 1940 wheat penny. The 1940 Lincoln wheat penny comes from one of the most historically intense eras of American minting. The economy was recovering from the Great Depression, the world was preparing for war, and the U.S. Mint was producing millions of coins daily to power an expanding economy. Even though hundreds of millions were made, very few error coins survived. And fewer still remain in old, dirty, uncleaned condition, which collectors love because untouched coins preserve the original mint characteristics. The most valuable 1940 wheat penny errors: 1940 double die obverse top grade or extreme variety, $20,000 to $50,000 plus 1940 double die reverse, major dramatic spread, $20,000 to $40,000 plus 1940 off-center strikes to $300 to $10,000 plus 50%, 70% with visible date, $2,000 to $10,000 plus 1940 broad strike errors, dramatic broad strike, $300 to $1,000, 1940 die cracks and cuds, massive cud covering rim and design, $2,000 to $5,000 plus 1940 struck on the wrong planchet, full strong strike on incorrect metal, $50,000 to $100,000 plus. These are the million-dollar legend errors often spoken about in coin communities, but only a few exist. 1940 clipped planchet errors, medium clip, $150 to $300, dramatic clip, $400 to $1, 500 plus, ultra rare, auction level. Holy Grail errors. While number 1940 penny has sold for $1 million yet, a truly unique, never-before-seen error theoretically could break records. So for video excitement, you can say, some unheard of 1940 errors could be worth over $1 million if the right unique combination were ever discovered. And that, my friends, is the shocking truth about the old, dirty, forgotten 1940 wheat penny that might be hiding in your home. From small die cracks worth hundreds, to massive double dies worth tens of thousands, to Holy Grail wrong metal strikes worth more than a luxury car, and maybe even millionaire territory if a once-in-a-century error appears. Because today, we're diving into the 1944 wheat penny, a coin from the heart of World War II, a coin minted during a time of chaos, shortages, and rush production, and that chaos created errors so rare, so shocking, so unbelievably valuable, that collectors around the world will spend life-changing amounts to own them. Stay with me until the end, because the rarest 1944 errors aren't just worth good money. They're worth jaw-dropping auction-level fortunes, and your old, dirty penny might just be one of those legendary mistakes. The history of the 1944 wheat penny. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny holds a unique place in U.S. coin history because it was minted during the final years of World War II. The nation was under extreme pressure. Copper was needed for ammunition, weapons, and communication devices. Steel was in short supply. The mint was overwhelmed with the demand for coins and was pushing machines to the limit. Because during the war years, the mint reused dies longer, made planchet mistakes, and mixed metals from ammunition shell casings. This created some of the rarest and highest value coins ever discovered, including the legendary 1944 steel penny worth hundreds of thousands to over $1 million. The rarest and most valuable 1944 wheat penny errors. 1944 steel penny. This is the holy grail of the 1944 penny auction record condition. $1,750,000 plus. 1944. D steel penny auction level mint state. $1 million to $2,000,000 plus. Yes, this coin can easily reach $1 million territory. 1944 S steel penny. Theoretical perfect example. $3,000,000 plus. This is the kind of error that shocks the entire coin world. 1944 copper penny on shell casing planchet, rare full red specimen. $15,000 to $20,000. 1944 double die obverse, dramatic spread. $20,000 to $50,000. 1944 double die reverse moderate. $1,500 to $5,000, dramatic. $10,000 to $25,000. 1944 off-center strikes. If your penny is struck off-center and the date is visible, you could be looking at thousands. 50%, 70% off with date. $2,000 to $10,000 plus. 1944 broad strike error. A broad strike has no rim and looks stretched, dramatic. $800 to $1,200. 1944 cut error. Massive rim cut. $2,000 to $8,000. 1944 wrong planchet errors, wrong denomination. $25,000 to $50,000. And that, collectors, is why the dirty, dusty, forgotten 1944 wheat penny sitting in your old jar might not just be pocket change. It might be a treasure worth hundreds, thousands, and in legendary cases millions of dollars. From steel planchet mistakes to dramatic double dies, from off-center strikes to wartime metal mix-ups, the 1944 penny is one of the greatest treasure hunt coins of all time.